Hello and welcome to Straight Dude Date Night, a show where two straight dudes go on a date and they review it. My name is David Stallings and I am one of these straight dudes.
And I am Ricky Rivera, the other straight dude.
Today, we just got back from what we've been hyping up randomly.
Movie of the year. Transformers, The Rise of the Beast.
So to be seen.
We've talked about it for the last month.
Yep, was not expecting that at all.
Monkey. All I wanted was to see Monkey Transformer do monkey things.
Mm-hmm.
And when he swung from a tree for the first time, everything was good. I was at bliss.
I mean, it took a while for the monkey to show up in this movie, though.
No, they popped off with him right away. They were like, he just started banging his chest.
Yeah, but as soon as he showed up, he started popping off.
He banged his chest, and I didn't even care if the house lights were still on. I was having a great time.
Yeah, that was a fun first hour of the movie where they just refused to turn the spotlight off in the theater.
Yeah,
that was
the house
great.
Lights, they were like on like the dim setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful. But beyond that, I got to see Monkey do monkey things, and I was a happy boy.
I liked seeing that. Just how long it took for someone to get up and go mention the light issue to someone.
We could have done it, but we were so deep in the row.
Yeah, it's hard when we are in the middle of a row and both sides of you are fully packed. And it's like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and the lady next to me had like a cast on her foot, so I didn't want to make her move even more.
Yeah.
So I just was like,
look,
I don't mind.
We are, dare I say, compassionate people. So it couldn't be me to intrude on all the other customers around me. We'll all just suffer with the light on.
Yeah.
Through the whole movie. I was ready to do the whole movie with that one light on.
It was nice. I could see my popcorn.
Yeah, I could see my popcorn. I could see my drink. It was great.
I knew where the jalapenos were in my popcorn, so
yeah,
I was able to like pinpoint. Like,
there was
the handful.
There was a nice little like. There was a hushed clapping that happened when the light did go off, though.
Yeah.
That I really enjoyed. That a handful of people were like, "Yeah," and that was just a very communal thing. This is why we go to the theater.
I love having packed theaters. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun because then people cheer and you get to see what people cheer for.
Dude, I was not expecting this movie because we went to for the audience. We went to the fan event, which. Most of these big movies now, they have like that has any kind of following. Usually on the Wednesday leading up to the premiere, they have a fan event.
2 days early.
Yeah,
the early access fan event. They always have something like a poster.
Yeah,
and then something else. Like this time, we got a little poster and we got
a patch. And what is fun with the fan events is you can go to the movie or on your way to the movie, you're thinking. Who on earth is going to see this movie? And it's all these people. It's
real fans.
The real fans. I don't know a single human being other than you, Ricky, though that was very shocking to me that you were excited for this movie, but not for the same reason as others. I don't know a single human being who's like either been amped up or is planning to go see this movie.
You know, that's the thing about the Transformers community is I feel like, look, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research into the Transformers community, and my conclusion is that they are very, very, very into it, very adamant about what they like and things following either A, an old show from the 90s, or B, an old comic from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, about them, they are very quiet about it. You'll never know who a Transformers fan is until they talk about it.
It's a very quiet fandom.
Yes, yeah, seriously. Like I was looking up things as like people look like totally normal people, and then it's all of a sudden they open up a room and they have the whole room is just covered in Transformers, just everywhere, like from all different generations, different ones, and they're just like, yeah, I collect Transformers.
Yeah, I started when I was a kid and I just never stopped.
Cool. It's cool, man. I collect them. It's whatever.
I have a whole shrine dedicated to it.
I mean, this one is, Opto 315 from the one series and that one show. And it's just like, then they start going in.
It's no big deal.
I went into a whole deep dive on YouTube of just Transformers fans and like, man, it's awesome hearing them talk about it because they're like, they're like, okay, so here's what you need to do to prep for the movie. Just remember, obviously, with this atrocious one, The Fallen Knight or whatever, the one with Mark Wahlberg, it never lives up to the masterpiece of the first movie. And then there's me, who's just the casual enjoyer, and I'm like, bro, all the movies suck. They're all bad. But like, I don't go because they're good. I go because I want to see Transformers fighting.
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I have. I was thinking about it. I'm pretty sure I only saw the first three, like the three that all had Shia LaBeouf, and or I don't think Megan Fox was in the third one, but
no, she
Shia
was
LaBeouf
not.
and all the Shia LaBeouf.
Shia was the
ones.
first three. Megan was in two of them, and then the third one was weird because he just had a new love interest out of nowhere.
Yeah, they were just like, yeah,
We just
Shia
didn't wanna
broke
bring
up,
her
or
back.
sorry, Witwicky broke up with Megan Fox.
Yep. And then the next two were Mark Wahlberg,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was Bumblebee, which was
There
totally
were two
different.
with Mark Wahlberg, really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby. There was something, and so it was like The Fallen Knight and something else. I don't
Great,
know.
yeah. I mean, as
I don't
everyone
remember
can
'em.
tell right now, as we can tell right now, we know so much about this series.
That's the craziest part about these Transformers movies. Again, I think like their fan base is so quiet and everything, but you realize this is the 7th Transformer movie in the last 15 years,
Yeah.
16 years. That's a lot for 16 years.
Mhm.
That's not even including TV shows, because there's been like 3 or 4 TV shows.
They've continued doing shows. I know that.
But 7 movies in 16 years, that's not nothing. I mean, think about, we've had 10 Fast and Furious in the last like 20, right?
Yeah, true, yeah.
And you know that to be a big franchise. Everybody knows Fast and Furious. But when I think of Transformers, I'm like, oh yeah, the Shia LaBeouf one's forever ago from when I was a child.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that was 16 years ago.
Yes.
It was 2007 when that came out.
But you know what's funny about that movie? I remember quite a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of ridiculous how much of that movie I remember.
Everybody remembers that scene when they start, like, it shows Sam and Megan Fox, and like they're sitting in front of their cars and the sun's glaring down. You could see the sweat.
Yep.
And then you hear do 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 what I've done.
Yes.
I started. Everyone knows exactly where the Linkin Park songs were.
Yep.
So that was the only downside to this movie. No Linkin Park, obviously,
No Linkin Park,
for
yeah.
big reasons. You know, everybody knows.
We love Linkin Park.
Rest in peace.
Rest
Rest in
in-
power.
rest
Everybody
in
knows
power.
about that.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't have them. And it just doesn't fit. It would be weird if we were playing Linkin Park in the 80s in the Bronx.
Yes.
Or, yeah, in the 90s.
Yes. So, okay, we should give a quick synopsis on this, and as with every sci-fi film, I'm going to completely butcher this, but I think I got it.
Monkey.
Okay, yes, there is monkey in it. Okay, all right, for those who have not seen, or also spoilers ahead, we're going to spoil everything.
Big monkey.
Big monkey. That's the, if nothing else, it's the biggest thing. Okay, how do I start? Okay, in the galaxy, in the universe.
There's a big monkey.
No,
Do you want me to do it?
no, I'm doing.
No, I got it.
No, I got
All
it.
right,
I
big
can
monkey.
No, I'm doing this one. I'm not. I'm gonna do this one. It's just funny to me to be like, how do I do the synopsis of this movie? And I start with, in the universe.
It's 7 years after Bumblebee. I'll give you the
Oh, no.
preface. 7 years after Bumblebee. We've been on Earth for 7 years now.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you need to know for the movie.
Okay, but like way earlier in the universe, there was this big planet eater thing called Unicron with this henchman named Scourge that's searching for the transwarp key, which if Unicron can get this,
Which is held by the Maximals.
which is held by the Maximals, which is where Big Monkey is. He's part of that tribe, okay? It's very simple. They have the key. What do they use it for? Absolutely nothing.
Nope.
But
Not
if
need to.
Unicron gets it, then apparently that big robot can go across the universe and eat every planet. Why? No reason.
Yeah, no.
But the Maximals, at the time, several thousand years ago, they escaped with the key, leaving Unicron trapped in that galaxy. And now we come to the 90s, and in the 90s, there's a young man who's trying to help his brother get health care, and in order to pay the bills, he's going to steal a car with a friend of his. Meanwhile, at the same time, there's a museum on the island with the Statue of Liberty where a brand new artifact showed up, and inside of it is the transwarp key, a part of it for some reason. At the same moment that Noah, the young man, is beginning to steal a Porsche, the transwarp key is released, and all the Transformers get to see it.
But not the humans.
Not the humans.
Only Transformers.
Noah ends up intertwined with the Autobots who are like, this is our way home, is the key. And we go to get it, and at the same time they show up. Then what do we call the mean ones in this? Are they Decepticons or what's scourging them?
They're Terracons.
Terracons. What the heck?
Terracons? Yeah.
Terracons. Yeah, that sounds familiar now. The Terracons, the mean tribe, they show up.
The Terracons are dark matter, David.
Get
it right.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's where they get their powers from the
dark matter?
Dark
that's
energy.
What they said?
Dark energy.
Dark energy.
They get the dark energy from Unicron. That's how they're able to communicate with them through nothing. Because they have dark energy in them.
Okay, it's dark energy. Of course, naturally, it's dark energy,
David.
Dark matter.
Terracon, because they terrorize the galaxy. Duh. Decepticons, because they're lying. They're deceitful.
That's the only reason.
Yes, that's actually the reason why.
Autobot.
Because they're automatic with it. Brah! You know?
Not because they're cars.
Oh, that'd make more sense. Okay. Look, man, there's more than meets the eye, okay? Just let them be them.
Right. Okay, so the Terracons show up, and they beat the hell out of the Autobots, and they steal the key, and they kill Bumblebee in the process, which I feel like
Again.
Yeah, they kill him again. I feel like he dies every time.
I don't care when Bumblebee dies. He's died in every movie.
Immediately, you're just like, he'll be back by the end.
He died in Bumblebee, too.
Yeah.
He died twice in Bumblebee, actually.
Just this guy, man.
The dude doesn't die.
Big fan favorite. We got to keep killing him.
For some reason, when they kill Bumblebee, they just stab him. Everybody just stabs him once. But any other Transformer that dies, they like rip their head off, cut him in half, and all that. But Bumblebee, it's just a stab.
Yep.
He's good.
Okay, so they got the key, but it turns out it was only half of the key. And there's another half that's hidden in Peru. And we go to Peru, and we go find it. We find the excavation site or the hidden area very easily. And we meet up with the Maximals who've been hidden there, guarding the key forever. And then immediately that led the Terracons to them, and they take the other half of the key. It's very simple for the Terracons to win every battle. Mm-hmm. And then they are going to call Unicron, and they start the whole process, and then big endgame battle starts. And with the help of the humans and the Autobots and Maximals together, they work together to shut off the system and destroy the key and trap Unicron where he once was. And that's it. That was fine. That was fine. That's the movie.
Look, all you need to know, Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball? Is that what you said?
Dude, when Monkey goes Fireball, that was hype.
Oh, yeah, when the Eagles just blazing fire on him?
Yeah, well, then the monkey, he just went, wah, and he turned into a ball and ran at him.
Wait,
he didn't actually turn into a ball.
He
it was
did?
when they were fighting in the mountain.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
He, like, lunged at her.
Yeah.
But it looked like he was a big fireball because she had shot fire at him.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Bro, I expected basically nothing from this movie. I assumed that this was going to be just awful. That's my perception of these movies. I was pleasantly surprised, actually.
Dude, I expected it to be movie of the year, and I think it did it.
That very high praise.
Mean, what's a movie better than the Transformers: Rise of Beasts that came out this year?
That came out this year. Wow.
John Wick.
Wow, I guess literally nothing else.
Does John Wick have more action than Rise of Beasts?
Oh, wow. I guess not. It's really hard for me to go into this bit with you, man. It's really hard. Like
it's Transformers Rise of Beasts. Look. The Transformer. Look, I've never been able to get into the Fast and Furious movies because I just can't do it like that. But I understand why people are into those movies, because the way they feel about their Fast and Furious is how I feel about the Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, but I love it. I'm having a great time. I know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
Yeah.
That's just what I assume Fast and Furious fans are thinking.
A person who's just never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies at all. I think I saw a spin-off one at some point.
Oh, Tokyo Drift? That's the best one.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I saw like Hobbs and Shaw.
Like that one's...
Yeah,
ooh.
very bizarre. my perception.
You might get yelled at for
And
that.
I'll
That
tell-
might be canon.
Yeah, I'll tell all that fandom, your movies are bad. That's my perception. That's my understanding.
I just grouped these and the Transformers together because they're both cars.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Except one has Vin Diesel yelling out of a car, and the other has Peter Cullen yelling at me on screen. Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, Monkey lived up to my expectations of Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I didn't like Monkey was when he shaped out of monkey form and then became a real Transformer.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that when all the animal robots turned into people.
It was
Because I forgot that they can do that.
Except for the Rhino. When the Rhino did it, that was hype.
Yeah.
Because he had a big old hammer.
Yeah.
And that was sick. That dude was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, bro, screw Monkey. Rhino is the man.
Wow, you jumped off the monkey train and went to the rhino one?
Because when Monkey became a Transformer, he was just like, it's just a big old Transformer now.
Yeah.
But when Rhino became a Transformer, because he was already cool as a Rhino, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he pulled out that hammer, I was like, bro, nobody else, everybody's using like swords. He just has a hammer. He's just going to start hitting people. That's awesome.
I feel like we saw absolutely nothing of the rhino. I feel like we saw literally nothing from him.
He yelled in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
when they first meet them, and then he pulled out the hammer.
And that was it.
That was it. That's all he needed to do.
Yeah.
Well, he
I
didn't even
guess-
talk, even because all the Maximals talked. He was the only one that didn't talk.
Yeah, he just yelled when they all showed up. He just opened his big mouth and there was a gun in it.
That was cool.
That was cool. But he didn't say a word.
I think I mean, you and I are in agreement on this. The biggest problem with every Transformers movie is the humans.
We don't need them.
The humans are the worst part. Like every
We don't need them at all.
story involved in the Transformers movies are always bad because the humans ruin it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt that way too about the first 5 movies because they were it was always the same thing. They meet one human and then they're like, we don't trust humans. And then the human's like, well, I could help you save the world. I can sit in the car and drive. And then they're like, okay, maybe we can trust this guy.
Perfect.
Maybe we can trust him.
Mm-hmm.
I say we get him in the crew. And then they bring him in, and then the human's like, awesome, guys, I'm here. Now let
I'm
me
here
just
to act as a damsel in distress
yeah,
the entire
I'm
movie.
here so you can save me. And then the military in every movie is like, hate the Transformers. We got to figure out how they operate, how we do that.
Mm-hmm.
We've been dealing with them for 30 years. I hate them. Let's just not let them do their thing. Let's kill them all. If you see a Transformer, blow them up.
Well, I liked it.
Like, at what point do we just accept our fate and just work with them, you know?
Yeah. I thought it was funny that because throughout this movie, I was trying to think of like what is the actual usefulness of the humans during this, and the main thing at the very end was only the humans could be small enough to go through the tunnels under the place to get to the key without being noticed was the logic. And then I was thinking, and I mentioned it to you, that one of the Transformers, RC, is literally the same size as a human person. And she's a little bigger, but she can also just turn into a bike real quick. And then she could get into the tunnel. The humans, we actually did not need them at all in the movie.
No. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, this is going to sound dumb, but like...
Everything we say sounds dumb.
it's going to sound really dumb, but they can transform.
Uh-huh.
And like reshape themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So like she could just be smaller.
Yeah.
Because she makes a human on her bike. When she becomes a bike, she also fakes a human on herself.
That was a very odd touch to me.
Yeah, you noticed that, right?
That there
weird.
was a human looking person on top of the bike.
Person.
It looked like it, but apparently it was all robots.
She could just get rid of the human riding her and then just blow through. Because there's no way the human riding her part is her real Transformer shape.
No.
she just does that because she can't drive through the streets without a rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Bumblebee they do that. I mean, I know you didn't see it, but in Bumblebee there's points where they're driving through a really small space where it's like between a wall and a car, and Bumblebee literally just shrinks. Like he just flattens out to like fit.
Yeah.
So like they could just do that.
Dude,
If Bumblebee can do it, that was epic. But if Bumblebee can do it, then so can the other ones.
We actually just did not need the humans at all in this movie.
No, but they did make him one of them useful finally. For the first time in a Transformer movie, they were very useful because Noah became part Transformer.
Yeah, that was actually dope.
Sick.
That was actually so cool at the end. Him becoming part with Mirage.
How does nobody think of that? Like, literally, we are an advanced cyber species. I could just throw a part at him and just make him like Iron Man. Nobody's ever thought of that. We thought of that back in the 80s. Mirage exists in the new movie, in the original 5 movies. He comes around. They just change his name. He's like Dino because Ferrari wouldn't let them have the name Mirage. Literally was the only reason.
Oh, I didn't know
So his
that.
name is Dino in the other ones. But like, he never does that later on. We don't ever bust out some cool Transformer objects.
Forbidden. For the forbidden tech later on.
Yeah, why couldn't we do that? I mean, dude, you telling me you don't trust Shia? You don't trust Shia LaBeouf? We had him for 3 movies. We're not going to trust him?
Yeah, and that was before his mental break too. Like that was good Shia.
He was clean. He was clean.
It was good Shia. We could have trusted him with all the Autobot stuff. He could have been cool too. But nope. I think it's really funny during the first big fight of the movie where they're on the. I'm right that it's the island with the Statue of Liberty is where that fight took place, right?
Yeah.
Where that museum was. Okay.
Yep.
Didn't want to sound like an idiot.
No,
but
that's
I
what
am.
it was. It was on that island.
Well, when they're having that fight, and there was a total of 7 Transformers all duking it out, right? They are actually turning this into one of the greatest war zones in history. And there's just 2 people, 2 people just desperately trying to run through the war zone as if they'll possibly survive it. It's hilarious to me watching
where are you
that.
going?
Where are you going? The cars that you had on the way here, they're gone. They're completely gone.
It's not that they're gone. The car is fighting.
Yeah, the cars are fighting. Where are you going?
Yeah, I didn't understand. Like, that's the thing with the humans. It's so hard to write the human parts of these movies because it just doesn't make sense with anything going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just there because they need a human body. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just too much to CGI the whole movie. So we need some human story.
Yeah, it may be cheaper to have a person in there, so there's at least parts in the movie that is not all CGI, and so we can look at the person instead of all the robots around.
But that's fine. How about we just put makeup on the humans and turn them into Transformers?
True. Yes.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
We just
Okay.
touched
Cool.
feet under the
yeah,
table.
we're doing. Yeah. Okay. This is a very intimate
We
episode.
sit like 10 feet apart and we somehow touch feet. That was cute.
That's how relaxed I am right now.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't know why we have any people in these movies.
No.
Because every time they only serve as an issue. They're a reason that the good Transformers end up getting killed because they got to sacrifice themselves to save the person who just shouldn't be there. The people just shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah. Optimus Prime is always right. Why do we have the humans?
Yeah. Well, his whole thing was very specious, I would say, if that's the right word. Just straight up hates humans and is like, you can't trust them. Can't trust a human as far as you can throw them. And I can throw them pretty far. So maybe I can trust them, but I can't trust them. They're gonna ruin everything. Like his whole arc, I actually enjoyed. Like this was the origin of him becoming like okay with people. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Some development for this character I've seen a lot. Like, awesome.
Hey, well, get used to it because we got 2 more coming.
Well, you said that the next one that they're doing is actually like a prologue on Cybertron, right?
Yeah, so the next one that's supposed to come out in 2024 is called Transformers 1, I think.
That's a dumb name.
It's supposed to be the origin of them on Cybertron. The movie's only going to take place on Cybertron, so no humans, all CGI.
See, that's going to be a good movie because it's all just about the big, cool robots.
Exactly.
No people.
So I'm excited for that. There's going to probably be a lot of dialogue, I'm sure. Probably not as much fighting as these movies.
Doesn't matter. As long as it's just the robots talking to each other. That's dope.
And that movie is not even a part of the 3-part trilogy they're trying to make with this movie. That's just a bonus. Dude. It's not even like the same direct. I don't even think what's his name has a hand in it.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. I don't even know if he has a hand in that one. I'll have to look.
Yeah, because it's like seriously, all of the cool stuff with these movies, all you want is just more robot. That's it. And every time you don't have robot on screen and you're learning about a human man and his brother or the young woman, you're just like, I could not care less about you guys. You guys are so dumb. You guys should. The answer to you learning about these alien robots and the universe is at stake is that okay? I'm gonna pray that you guys actually get it done, because I'm a tiny person and I will get crushed during this. That's 100% what's gonna happen, or I'll get shot by your lasers.
Next movie is gonna be insane. Transformers 1. You guys are hearing it here first. Exclusive hot takes. It's already in production. It does involve Michael Bay.
Okay.
But he's just a producer. He's not directing it, which is great. That's a very big difference there. Mm-hmm. That's what makes this movie better than the other movies, is that Michael Bay is not the director. So it's not just a bunch of explosions and a bunch of metal on screen and shaky camera work. Mm-hmm. If you guys think I'm being really nitpicky on that and you're thinking, wow, Ricky, you're such a nitpicky movie critic now, go watch one of the first movies and then come back to me and try to argue that, because that's all it is. It's just explosions. You can't make out what Transformer is who. I can't tell you who's who. The only Transformer you know the difference is Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Everybody else looks like Megatron. They all look the exact same because they couldn't make good CGI. And Michael Bay has the camera shaking the whole time. Every fight scene, it's like, oh, a punch? Let's do a 360 angle shot of what's happening here because that's epic. And then put flames in the back.
Why are you so like adamant about this stuff? Like, were you a super big Transformers fan as a kid?
I wanted to be.
You wanted to be?
I wanted to be, but those movies were, they were hard to get into.
Look, similarly to how
like, I'm a part of the Transformers community.
Sure.
I consider myself a former fan, a Transformer fan. So like this, but I just don't. I'm not that into it because it's just too much. It's too much lore. And there's a lot of bad.
I mean, you
like, what
say
this movie's based on is trash.
You say that, but the level of like over the top anger you just showed about the early movies is like I saw the first three and was like, and I look back on them and I'm like, those were fun. They're not good. Or maybe they were. I don't really remember a whole lot, but I had fun watching them. But I have literally no enthusiasm about them at all. I have no opinions about them. It was just like they just exist. You just went very hard.
They were made too early. That's what it was. I think they were made just way too early. If they had just waited like 5-10 more years to make Transformers movies, they'd be some of the best movies out there. But the CGI back in 2007 is just not the level it is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, Transformers 1, that's going to be hype. That'll be the movie of the year for next year.
I mean, yeah.
It's an origin story between Optimus Prime, the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron. And the cast already is stacked up. Scarlett Johansson's in it. Chris Hemsworth will be the new Optimus Prime, which makes sense because it's probably a younger Optimus Prime.
Right, as a robot.
Brian Tyree Henry is Megatron, which not a household name yet, but you know him because he's in everything. He's Lemon from Bullet Train.
Yeah, that sounded familiar.
John Hamm's in it.
Nice.
Lawrence Fishburne's in it, and Keegan-Michael Key is in it. It's already a great cast. It's gonna be a banger movie.
The voice of Toad, from Super Mario. He's gonna be in Cybertron.
Dude, who else is he gonna? Come on, you know he's voicing Bumblebee.
He better have the same voice he had in Super Mario. Yeah, that better be the same voice.
So anyway, back to this movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest complaint with this one is just there was not enough. I mean, there was a lot of robot, but there wasn't enough. Also, all of the good robots, like both the Autobots and the Maximals, for the first 2/3 of this movie, they suck.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
Yeah,
did you notice that?
The good robots, they don't really do much.
Well, they try their best, but the first fight they got into, I mean, Optimus Prime nearly died. He should have during it.
Yeah.
Bumblebee died during it. Like, everything went wrong during that, and they nuked the whole freaking museum, and then they got away with the key. Like, they got beat so badly immediately, and then second fight, same thing.
Yeah.
They got destroyed every single fight, and it was just like, wow, Autobots are just bad at what they do.
I think that also plays into the fact, though, that this is like technically the first fight they've had in 7 years. Mm-hmm. And even when they fled Cybertron, it wasn't like Optimus Prime was like he was running things, but it wasn't like he was the strongest guy. It's not like he was able, like, he just got whoever lived from Cybertron's wars are the ones he brought to Earth. So it's like, it's not like he got the best of the best. It was just whoever was alive is who he took. Which I think why, like, in the 1 through 5, they're awesome, because what we're about to see from this movie and the next two, we'll see them develop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, they kind of were lame. Like, Mirage is weird. Mirage is a weird character. He was good, but he was a weird Transformer.
Yeah, he was odd, but I guess it's just because I liked being able to see, like, development with the Transformers, right? Like, I feel like Optimus Prime, we actually saw character development with him. It's just odd when, like, all of the previous movies are them, like, way stronger in the future, and that's all casuals like us have seen. And so us going back and they're just awful at fighting is like, wow, okay, you suck at what you do, sir. Wow, your buddy just died, and you could have saved him, but you just did horribly.
Yeah, and we're also fighting a headhunter who's destroyed so many factions that this is his first Autobot. Like Autobots weren't even on his mind. He's just like, oh, cool. I haven't gotten one of your insignias yet.
Oh, I got a new insignia for my collection.
Which there was a lot. Yeah,
that was such a cool concept, such a cool villain idea for them
to collect. I love when villains collect things. Like, that's so cool.
They could be collecting anything. They could be collecting baseball cards.
Shows how psycho they are,
bro.
Loco. Well, in like Dexter. Like, Dexter collects things from the people he kills, and I'm like, bro, you're so loco.
I want to see a villain who collects stamps. That's what I want to see. That'd be such a sadistic villain to see him collecting stamps, and he kills people, and then he puts a stamp on their forehead, and he's like, all right, I'm going to mail him off to hell.
I'm going to mail him off. See you later, buddy.
That's his whole shtick. That would be the best villain. All because he collects things.
He's the collector.
Whoa. That's a cool name for that villain.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Transformers, it's like, there's not much you can go into. We can't really critique it. There wasn't much expectation on anything other than just seeing robots. Everything besides robots fighting is lame.
Right.
Like, I could care less about what's going on. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the story either.
Yeah.
The story to this movie, it was lame. It was a terrible, like, they could have just destroyed the thing when they first got there. They didn't need the thing, the key.
It was very clear that the key that they had is so easy to destroy. Like, the little Nerf gun shooter that Anthony Ramos Noah got, they freaked out because he threatened to shoot the key, and then he decided not to. And it was like, wow, him shooting it was the best case scenario. You guys could have destroyed it like thousands of years ago, actually.
Yeah.
And now the universe is at stake because you were dumb.
Yeah, it's a pretty lame story. Mm-hmm. But I kind of knew that was going to happen going into it. I had no expectations of story. I was expecting movie of the year because of Monkey Transformer.
Right, of course. Yes, no expectations except movie of the year, of course.
Well, I mean, that's for sure Monkey.
Uh-huh, of course. Now, yeah, I will say, I was not expecting... The movie's 2 hours long. More than that. 2.5 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. 220 something change.
This movie raced by.
It did go quick.
It went super fast.
Yeah, for as much smack that we talk on, like, the story and that the humans are bad, I felt like there was a lot of action to keep the movie moving.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really think of many downtimes. Like, there was maybe, like, 2 or 3 times we had some downtime, but that was literally just to build the connection between Noah and Elena.
Who, again, are the people and didn't need it. We didn't
need
want
it.
them. Didn't need it.
No, and even, we started with a little bit of exposition on them, but that's, again, we got to build up some sort of character traits. If they're going to be in the next 2 movies, we got to build a little bit of story for them.
I just couldn't get over that Elena, the girl who works for the art museum, or yeah, whatever it is.
Art museum, yeah.
Sure. She is labeled immediately by her boss as an intern, and yet she's being consulted for like understanding all of these crazy artifacts and everything, and she's like she's the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, she's the official tech to determine if some art piece is real or not.
Yeah, and it's just like,
what?
Okay, but you were labeled as an intern immediately. I've been an intern, and people when they're calling you intern, they're making fun of you. Look, they're teasing you.
Elena as a character did not need her. This whole movie could have been with just Noah. Mm-hmm. I really think they just put Elena in there because they thought, oh, we need a second human for him, the first one to build off, or maybe we can work on a romantic interest later.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, didn't need her.
Didn't either.
A, just bad character, and B, everything she said was bad. Like, she was, not only was she written poorly, but she was not a good actress. Like,
yeah.
That's gonna sound really harsh, but like, she just, like, I don't know. Every time she talked, I was just like, bro, could you at least show some sort of like enthusiasm or something? Like, everything was like, yeah.
I think for her, because I do think the writing, the dialogue for the humans in general was just so atrocious, and I think with that, especially around Elena, there seemed to be no sense of reality about the character. And the first big example of that is when they're at the museum, and she was literally just experimenting on the key and learning about it, and suddenly missiles are flying and there's robots outside, and it's actually hell that's just erupted. And now there are 2 big spider transformers that are chasing her and Noah through the museum, and she's hiding behind a column, and her thought process is to start slowly walking away, even though there is a thing nearby that is trying to kill her, and she knows that for a fact. She starts walking away while singing audibly to herself. And all I could think of was like, okay, that's the writing. You were told to do this. That is such a stupid move. There is no human being that is dumb enough to be in that situation, and their thought when hiding is, well, if I start singing to calm myself down, that's the biggest priority right now. No! And
usually we write that in. Like, usually it's like sometimes you'll see, like, in a horror movie, maybe the kid sings while something's going on because, oh, that's me and daddy's thing, is that, like, I sing whenever I'm worried or whatever to calm myself down. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember them ever talking about her singing when she's nervous. They never once are like...
So they do. She mentions it briefly on the flight to Peru, but that scene in particular, she talks a little bit about it, but all she says is, I just sing when I'm nervous. Like, it comes up very briefly.
See, I tuned that whole scene out because anytime she was talking, I just was tuning out. I was like, oh, I don't care.
I think to compare that scene in particular on the plane, where it was nothing but dialogue between the humans. So the worst scene in the movie. But I did notice as an actor that one of the things that irked me about it, so her whole personality about it at the beginning was that she's supposed to be very nervous and anxious because she's never been out of New York, and now she's on a plane with aliens going to Peru. And the moment Noah starts talking to her and his intention is to try and calm her down, Elena's entire personality shifts to like, I'm super into this conversation now.
Yeah, gotta say my lines. I felt that.
I'm super into this. And then the moment that it's supposed to happen, that the conversation dies, she just goes, oh, I'm so freaked out again. Like, it was very back and forth immediately with the emotions. That's like, I feel like that's super nitpicky, but I was thinking about it
Yeah.
to compare bad writing versus bad acting.
Okay, it's okay to be a little nitpicky. You're allowed.
Well, I mean,
We're on
I did.
episode like 46, I think now.
I just don't want to. I don't want to come out of the gate on some things of just like they're a bad actor, which like. Yeah, I didn't like her acting. Like, that's just a fact.
You
But
can't say they're a bad actor without backing it up with reasons you don't like her.
right. So I was trying to think like, okay, was she bad or was the writing bad? Because
Both.
either of those issues could have been the case, and it is both.
She was set up for failure with the way they wrote her, and it also didn't help that she wasn't very good. Because
Yeah.
even the first issue I had with her was when everything's popping off and like the building's getting shot up. It was her panic that I couldn't get over. It was like I was watching like a high school it was like I was watching like a high school acting class put on a play for the school, and like half the people are only in this class because they ran out of other electives to choose.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so bad. Like her panic was like like at least Anthony Ramos was like, nah, nope, nah. Like when the Transformer transformed and he was in the car, right? Like he's driving, Mirage is driving, and the first time he realizes that something's wrong with it, because obviously he knows that something's wrong with his car because it's driving itself.
Yeah.
But then when it transforms and he's in it, he just has like a shocked look and he's just, no. Because that's how I would be. I'd be like, nah, I don't know what's going on here, but
Yeah.
I don't like it. And if I'm getting shot at, I'm freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going, like Tina Belcher. It's like what I thought of her acting wise.
Yeah.
It felt very like, she, because obviously this whole scene CGI'd,
Yeah.
but I could very clearly tell that she has
She was not looking at anything.
Yes, thank you. I'm trying to portray it. I'm not very good at this yet.
Well, I think
you
this
could tell
comes
that-
into
you
a
could
whole.
tell.
This is a whole element of something that I have been. Not to say I'm a great actor, but it's something I've learned about that I'm starting to notice more as I'm observing more actors, and it's all about thought life. And I think that's even more critical for actors now as more CGI based movies happen, where like Anthony Ramos and Elena, when they were on set, they were probably looking at nothing but green screens around them,
Yes.
right? They're looking at nothing. So what you have to do is actually visualize everything going on around you. And you can see the difference between Anthony Ramos. What is her name? Do we have her name?
Dominique Fishback.
Fishback. We can see the difference between both of them. As Anthony Ramos, it felt like he was actually trying very hard to actually visualize the robots around him, the war zone going on.
Yeah.
Versus
And
her.
he's done CGI movies and
Yeah.
like voice acting, so he has a better idea of that. But this was like, I think, her first anything with that. I don't think
Which
he's-
props to her. Props to
Yeah.
her to be in a big budget movie. That's great.
Oh, I mean, hey, if I made the role too, I mean, whatever, bro. I'd be like, whatever, bro. I made money.
I mean, money. Does it matter how
She made a
how
lot
I
of
did?
money doing it.
I learned a lot, and I'll be better next time. Like
Yeah, shout
that's
out
the
to her.
attitude to have.
Shout out to her. She got into the movie and everything, and I didn't. So
I'm not in the movie.
Don't
Like,
matter. But when when I think about what I didn't like about the movie, she's the only thing that really sticks out. Is like, just, I don't know. Anytime she was around, it just felt like she was legit just rehearsing still. I didn't feel like it was the real scene. I felt like I was still in rehearsal.
And I think my favorite part of the movie, I have two favorite parts actually, is so there's a part where the Eagle Maximal ends up getting corrupted.
Sky Razor.
Sky Razor.
That sounds right.
Razor, hair razor, something. Big Birdie. The Big Birdie gets corrupted and starts attacking the big monkey. And so they have to duke it out. And they're having, mind you, they're massive. They're huge robots fighting each other. It's the most dangerous thing you could possibly envision as a human. It's terrifying.
There's fire. They're shooting.
There's fire.
You see two robots shooting fire at each other.
And-
That's not a thing.
Elena happens to be in the situation where she got picked up by the eagle, and that's why the monkey chased after her. But the fight breaks out,
And she's safe. She's safe from the fight.
Elena is safe. She's not in the fight anywhere. And you see her literally have no goal. There is nothing in the fight that is useful to her. There's no item that she needs to get. There's nothing she can do to help. But she actively runs directly towards the fight just to scream and then try to get away from the fight.
Yeah, what was the point of that? Yeah, that was so strange.
It was just the most I can envision being on set and like the people giving you directions on what to do are just like, yeah, go run in.
Go run in. Right here? Where do I go? I don't know. I don't see him.
Just, you're going to run in and you're just going to run back and it'll be fine. It'll just look like you're crossing the screen. But then the way it looks is just, she's trying to get in the fight as if she's going to do something. No, every human's reaction to this is to run.
Yeah, I don't get what she was doing.
My other favorite part
Yes.
was they were all in Peru in the city as a big festival's going on. And the humans they're going to sneak in to get to the church where the key is supposedly at. Whatever. But they're in Peru. And all the Autobots are like, okay, we're going to hide. We're going to hide. And
we can't go do the job ourselves.
So
we got to be discreet.
But we got to be nearby in case something goes bad. So we're going to hide. And them hiding is just them being in their huge, like very obvious car forms in the alleys near people.
Optimus Prime's semi-truck. Just
the huge semi-truck is in like this town, is just in this like rural town, and he's just sitting there like, I'm hidden. And then there's a Porsche. There's a Porsche in there too. Like, and it kept showing, like we kept panning back to seeing Optimus Prime's huge red truck just in this alley over and over again. Just like, yeah, they're so hidden. No one's batting an eye.
Nope. Nobody cares. They don't know how to hide.
Yeah, those were my favorite parts of this movie.
My favorite part, David, because since you asked,
that's what I was leading into.
No, I know. Ricky, I don't want to hear it. No. My favorite part.
Yeah, let's go into it.
My favorite part is that we're in the middle of the fight. And the Autobots are losing. This is the epic conclusion fight.
Mm-hmm.
Autobots, oh no, we're down. Mirage just died, maybe. And like, we're gonna lose this fight, guys. And then everybody stops and they look up in the sky and the big plane flies by. And who is it? It's Bumblebee.
Yes.
Bumblebee comes out and he's like, "Don't call it a comeback," because he has to speak through the radio.
Uh-huh.
And my favorite is that there was just like the few fans in the theater that watched Bumblebee and liked the first movie, all just went, "Woo!
Yep.
Yeah!"
Yep.
And then there's me, "Woo! Yeah!" That was awesome.
The fan events are the best because the energy is great.
It was so good.
When the thing, literally everyone in the theater is like, yeah, Bumblebee's going to come back.
Dude.
Bumblebee's going to come back at the end. And then he does. And then there's the mega fans like, yeah, this is the best moment.
Yes.
We got him back. Of course he's alive.
Dude, that was epic. Bumblebee came down swinging.
Yeah.
He came down. He just started beating people up. He was throwing things.
Destroyed the vulture one like immediately.
Yeah, pulled out his sword, slicing it up. Dude, Bumblebee is awesome.
Yep.
That was great. And as a man who had just watched the Bumblebee movie, I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we love Bumblebee. I know, like, all of the movies are canon, which means that he comes back somehow eventually. Like,
dude, he dies in every movie.
Dies in every single movie.
So does Optimus Prime, though, too. So.
Well, he didn't die in this one. He should have. He really should have.
He almost died.
Yeah, I like that Scourge just decided not to for no reason.
I know. I love that. I love it. I love it when, like, yeah, dude, Scourge, like, I love that when we killed him, he just ripped his whole spine out.
Yeah.
So cool.
Scourge was the best part of the movie to me. Like, Peter Dinklage, of course. That character was just so... I just loved the energy of that character so much. I just really enjoyed him.
Yeah, he was kind of like a warlock almost. Because that's where he gets his powers from. Was from Unicron.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Well, no, he was.
No, you're right. It's just funny.
It was like a warlock. Cause,
Yeah.
dude, when I watched it, I only could think of my D&D character because he would teleport, or not teleport. He would like go into like a trance and would be surrounded by Unicron and would be discussing with him. But where they cut to that scene that was actually happening, and he's just like almost like seizing up in front of the other Terracons. Like he's just like, and they're all just kind of watching like, whoa, I wonder what's going on there. But in reality, he's in this trance with his patron.
Yes.
Because they made it very clear, like that's where he gets his power from. That's where he gets all his power. He gets the dark energy.
The dark energy, which I missed.
From the Unicron, which is awesome.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's a warlock. Yeah.
He's a warlock, dude. He gets his power. He's indestructible, except when we put his face in lava.
Yeah, that's true. They did say he was invincible, except he wasn't.
No, he was very easily destructible.
Yeah, I just realized that. There's literally a line from the Eagle where they say the Terracons are literally invincible. And there was no part of the story where it was like we have to make them vincible. But
yeah.
we didn't do that.
He was just good. He was just a good fighter.
Yeah, he was a good fighter.
He was a really dope enemy though. Very cool villain. And it was cool because like there's a bigger villain still. So like I did like that we're not going to introduce new villain. I mean, obviously we're going to have a new villain in the next one. But I do love that we're leading up to Unicron.
Is that what this leads up to?
Right? It has to be.
There's nothing. I know absolutely nothing about.
Bro, he's a planet eater. How do we not make that the focus of our whole? That's like the Thanos. That's like introducing Thanos and then just like we.
Yeah, but they actually restricted it. He can't, like, he exists out there, I guess, so they could use him again, but he's actually trapped. He already ate all the planets in the galaxy he's in. He can't leave for some reason.
Nah, we'll find a way.
Find a way. I mean, maybe, yeah. Like, maybe that is the end game for it, but I don't know what Transformers is supposed to lead up to.
I hope it's him, because he was sick.
Other than, apparently, G.I. Joe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wild ending. Yeah, so we could just skip to that. Apparently G.I. Joe is going to be a part of this?
I had no idea that the two were intertwined, like, at all.
Well, they're Hasbro. I knew that they were in the same...
I guess so. Yeah.
I know they're all under the same IP, and they technically, I guess, exist in the same world. Because I do know that there's comics. There's G.I. Joe Transformer comics.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, but, like, it was, like,
That's
a very,
hilarious.
like, limited run.
That's hilarious.
It was, like, 5. Like, literally, like, was just, like, a spin-off thing.
They literally just threw that in at the end of just, like, by the way, this is the task force. We want you, Noah, to join.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. Like, what?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. I guess
never thought about that.
G.I. Joe in here,
Cool.
huh?
Dope. Great. All right. Sick.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was a very interesting ending.
Yeah. Very odd. Very odd.
I don't know what they're planning to do with that. But hopefully it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it'd be interesting. Maybe we'll get Cobra. Maybe we'll get the Cobra, that'd be sick.
Maybe. I could tell you actually nothing about G.I. Joe or any of that, anything that might be associated with other than Transformers now.
G.I. Joe.
I don't recall ever dealing with G.I. Joe as a kid. There's the same with Transformers.
It's just the Hasbro Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
It's coming.
But it is so obscure to me, all their stuff that they have. Like, great. As long as they're fun, great. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wish when they introduced that, it was the moment when I realized I wish we didn't make this canon with the first 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really wish these weren't canon, because now, like, what would have made it so exciting is, like, dude, options are endless. We can do whatever we want with this.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, we have to lead everything up into the 2007 Transformers, which means nobody will die.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
you know what I mean?
definitely
like,
the worst thing.
Bumblebee's going to always be safe. Optimus Prime's going to always be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Mirage will always be safe. Like, all those characters are going to be safe. We know that they will be.
Noah won't be.
Noah won't be.
Mm-hmm. The humans, which we don't care about.
Yeah, exactly. Like the humans better just be the sacrifices of these movies, because obviously none of the Transformers can die because now it's canon with the 2007 movie.
Yeah.
So that is the only disappointing thing.
Well, maybe, I mean, they have time before like it would actually catch up, so maybe they'll retcon that at some point. But
maybe, yeah. I mean, there's technically like no references to them because it is still a prequel.
yeah,
It's weird. This movie's labeled as a sequel to Bumblebee, and Bumblebee's a prequel to all the other Transformers.
yeah,
But they're saying they're trying to start fresh, but still keep the other movies canon. So everything I keep reading about it just sounds like it's gonna be a mess.
yeah.
And that's very unfortunate because if they had just started over brand new from here, this would have been awesome. I'd be so excited.
Yeah, it actually would be like kind of cool to look forward to.
Just reboot all, because now they're at a point where it's gonna be awkward if we reboot it, right? 'Cause we can't just reboot after we already made it canon. So like because they're gonna be like, oh, we got to make another movie if we're gonna reboot. We got to commit to the reboot, and then I have to watch another Transformers movie, and then it's just a whole nother. It's like, dude, no, I don't want to reboot the franchise. We're 7 deep. We don't reboot now.
Yeah,
Or it's too late.
yeah.
So.
They kind of committed for a little bit too long, it seemed. I don't know why. I thought for some reason that when the fourth one came out, when it was Mark Wahlberg, I thought for some reason that was them rebooting it. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the awkward thing. They're like reboots, but not. They're trying to they're rebooting the popularity. Like they're trying to tell a new story, but in the same timeline is essentially what they're doing. Which again, what makes me nervous for these ones also, because now you've opened it up to, because remember in like the first Transformers, nobody knows what a Transformer is, right? Like the government knows about Transformers.
Yeah, the government knows.
But like nobody else, which means that we can't really do much to Earth. Like even the ending of this movie.
Well, that's why I think they had the ending be in such an obscure location. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and then in the news, they made it a point to be like, oh, it was just some crazy weather thing that happened.
Yep. Big
But, like,
hurricane.
that means that now, from here on out, though, we can't have a major attack anywhere on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, but apparently nobody saw the Planet Eater coming in because he was in there.
Yeah, he was there.
He was in that.
He was there
in there,
for
dog.
a moment.
Nobody saw him,
No
but
one
he was
saw
in there,
him.
dog.
Yeah.
So, like, that's my only quarrel is that that's the only L is that the next 2 movies, nobody's going to die and nothing major can happen to Earth. Otherwise, it would be known that there's some sort of evil entity out there that we all need to be aware of, which gets rid of the lore of the first 5 movies. So it's like, that's just where I lie on it. I think that's weird.
I think the best case scenario with them actually coming out and being like, yeah, you know what, first 5, never mind. Like, that's not canon anymore.
Screw him. That director sucked.
Yeah, because this movie to me had a similar vibe of like when I first saw some of the early Marvel movies, and then there's a post-credit scene for some reason, and they were starting to set something up, and me, not a big comics fan, had no idea what that meant. It just meant like sequels were coming. I'm like, oh, cool. That's what this gave me the vibe of like, it's very clear, like they're trying to build something now.
Yeah, G.I. Joe. What? Even the whole theater went, whoa! They were so excited. Oh, it was so fun. It was so cute.
Yeah, it feels weird being at a fan event when you're like, I have no idea what the significance of these things are.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there were a ton of like big references to the comics or the shows that you and I just completely missed out on, and that's fine.
There was like little moments where some people like would clap here and there, and then they realized that they were the only ones who knew the reference.
Yep.
And that was fun. I can't remember what it was. I do remember there being a moment where somebody clapped, and then it was just like, oh, immediately died because nobody else cheered with him.
I think that was that might have been for the house light. Anyways, I think it's time for the banana meter. Oh gosh.
Banana.
Wow.
He's transforming into a banana. Oh
He
my
is?
gosh.
Multiple.
Oh, he looks okay. He's turning red now. He looks like he's really struggling.
That looks extremely painful. Are you okay?
Okay, now he's he got an arm in. Okay, an arm isn't. That's the other arm. Oh, it looks awful. Oh.
Just a reminder, the healthcare I got you expired a few months ago.
He got a leg, both legs. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, look. Oh, banana. Oh, yeah, you look like a banana.
Yeah.
Bud. Looks like a big Tic Tac.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah.
Ooh,
You don't have to show me. I see it. I see it. Thank you. Wow, this is just...
And he just passed out. Yep.
Okay. Hey, some of
that
you
makes
take
sense.
him...
Yeah, get him out of
Yeah,
here.
take him out. Take
Get
him
him
out.
out of here. Take him to Colton's.
Take him to... No.
No, I'm good, Minnie Mouse. Oh.
That's what happens. If you pass out my house, you go back to Colton.
Yeah, you go back to Colton's and you eat applesauce.
Yeah. Yeah, don't you forget it. All right.
I always feel bad for like the people who just pop in every now and again or don't make it the whole way through and they're like, what is this Colton lore? Why do they... I have people ask me like, what's with the banana thing? What's with the Minions? Some people ask me that from time to time, like, what's the Minion thing about? And I'm like, bro,
Yeah, how do you respond?
you get it or you don't. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get it there, you don't.
The TLDR version?
The thing with the minions,
Minions.
is I have actually been living with the Minions for a long time now. That's the thing with it. There's nothing about it.
Nothing about it, yeah.
This is my life, and you're making jokes about it, guys. Okay? And that I can't stand for. All right?
Big. That's
Yeah.
big.
Thank you.
All right, David. I'm going to let you go first because you already know I think it's movie of the year.
I can't believe
It's movie of the year. What movie will be better? Oppenheimer? I puke. Barbie?
Oh my God.
I puke. What comes out soon? There's the Indiana Jones, more like
I mean, that's
man
yeah.
might as well not be in it anymore. You're gonna hurt yourself, bud.
Remember when they hinted at maybe Shia LaBeouf is going to continue the series, and then they just completely nixed that?
Well, Disney finally did a background check after
Yeah.
the first movie.
Yes.
And then they said, oh, we're gonna regret that.
Yeah, okay, let's just not.
Yeah.
All right, what banana do I give this?
I give it
'Cause
movie of the year banana.
I understand you
Certified
give
banana.
it movie of the year. I understand. I have a different view on it. Here's the thing that I was really shocked by. This movie was genuinely fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot more fun with this movie than I thought I was going to.
Okay, I love that.
Which maybe that is a testament to just how bad I thought the movie was going to be. And maybe it's because I've been somewhat irritated by the recent films that we've watched, but this
Very ballsy time to come out, by the way.
well, I mean, yeah.
It came out between Spider-Man, The Flash, Elementals.
Well, is anyone gonna see? I mean, there's so much.
no, but I
garbage
mean, their
around The
target
Flash.
audience obviously is like kids.
Yeah,
So like, that's a pretty. I mean, to get
Yeah.
your kid to take for a family to take their kid out to a movie, they probably wasted it on Mario. And then
well,
to expect
the other
us
one
to
that
come
they're
back
gonna
out-
go out to, they're gonna see Spider-Man. Right?
Yeah, it was like Mario, and then like 2 weeks later we had Mermaid, and then Spider-Man and Transformer. Like Transformers was ballsy for throwing themselves in the middle of a huge summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
But it feels like summer now because Transformers came out.
Yeah. That's the indicator that it's summer. So I had a lot more fun with it than I thought I was going to. We complained a lot about the people, but that said, the people are not in it as much as we've made it out to be. It's very noticeable when they are in it, and the whole time you're just like, let's get back to the robots. That's the cool part of the movie that I
Yes.
care about. So that said, how do I rate this movie? Because I think
do you?
it does its job. I think it does its job in that it's just supposed to be ridiculous action. It's kind of over the top at times, and it's but the main thing we're here for is the big cool robots.
Big robot.
Big cool robots. I honestly, I feel like this feels like too much now that I'm thinking about it, because the writing's not
say
that
it.
good.
Say it.
The writing's not good, but it's it did its job. It felt like I'm having the same issue that I had with Cocaine Bear, where we know the objective of the movie. It's to be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous, right? It's not really that serious.
Yeah, we're not
about it.
we're not making Christopher Nolan movies out here.
Yeah, I'll give it a 75.
What?
It was actually enjoyable.
Ooh.
I will tell people that if you want another fun action movie to see, and I know nothing about the current lore or anything. I understood everything going on. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you don't know anything about it beforehand.
I know absolutely nothing.
It's
Ricky,
easy.
you were trying to give me like a whole lecture beforehand, a whole pep talk, and I was like, I have no idea what you're saying. This is so far beyond what I knew about. I just like to think back and be like, yeah, Shia LaBeouf, he drove Bumblebee, and there's a whole fun scene in the used car lot that I remember.
Yep.
Like that, I know so little about the lore, so I am kind of shocked at how much I found myself enjoying and laughing with this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why 75, because I don't think the writing is that good. It's nothing like amazing. It's more like
That's
if you need
crazy.
something fun to go see, I think this one would be worth going to see.
That's hilarious. You're a funny guy. I also gave it a 75.
For movie of the year?
Movie of the year, 75.
75
Banger
for movie of the year.
Yeah, bro. Put it right there with Spider-Man. Crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, I was going to go lower because of how bad the actress was. If we had recorded this movie, so some context, we watched the movie last night, and we're a day later recording.
We watched it last night. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to spoil it.
We don't do it immediately.
But let me
We
say,
did go on a date and we are reviewing it,
I
but
would've-
it's just not immediate.
if I'd come out that theater hot, I would have given it just a little bit lower because I didn't like that girl as much. Now that I've cooled down, it's whatever. I'm not gonna, nix the movie too much for the humans because it's not about the humans.
Yeah. Like
It's about the robot.
Because thinking back on it, for me, I think the fact that, like, I don't feel like I've seen a movie in a while where the movie went by super fast. You know what I mean? And that's an indicator of, like, it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it went by, I thought we had another hour left when it was close to done. And it was just over. And
Yeah, that's good.
so that
A lot
was
of action.
That was a testament to me of, like, this was a good movie. I was very enthralled during it.
Yeah, I was very excited. I think movie of the year, banger movie.
Right. Of course. Yeah. Movie of the year, the 75.
Look, man, it's 75. No, I'm gonna give it 75. I think Monkey lived up to my expectations. I would have loved to have seen more Monkey.
Mm-hmm. Biggest critique.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen more Monkey, but that's okay. It was still a lot of fun. I had a great time. Obviously, big budget for the movie, and they definitely used it well because the CGI looked pretty good. I actually could see what was going on when the robots were fighting, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
The little spider robots were a little bit too much. They were a little too thin to, like. It was just weird. It was like, I don't know. This sounds really nitpicky, but like when the little spider robots were fighting the big robots, I just didn't know what they were doing because this is like they're just huge robots.
Yeah.
And then there's a little spider on it, and it's like, bro, I don't know what you're doing. I just see a bunch of metal.
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah, give me the sword fights. Go back to that. Give me the guns and the sword fights.
Go back to that.
No, but it was awesome. There was just a lot always happening. It was chaotic at times. Like the ending fight scene was just so chaotic. It was just there's so much happening and there's so much on screen, but it's so fun. You're just gonna have a great time. 75 movie of the year. Monkey lived up to my hype though. Monkey was hype.
That's all we needed. When
Optimus Primal was like, "We are good with humans," I was like, "Yeah, we are."
Yeah, we are. Because I like Monkey.
Boys.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just a big old silverback. Whew. Silverbacks are scary monkeys, David.
I am aware. I have seen them. I've gone to the zoo before. I have seen them, and yes, they are
They will
terrifying.
tear you apart.
They won't tear me apart. I won't go near
They'll
them.
tear you apart.
I know they will, but they won't tear me apart because I'll never be in a situation with one.
It's a good movie. 75. Leave it there. Certified banana.
Take it
movie
or
of the
leave
year.
it. Take it or leave
We'll
it.
come back and reevaluate another time.
Nope. Not coming back. Not coming back.
Good luck any other movie trying to steal movie of the year time.
Right.
We
Yeah.
both get one. How about that? How about we both get our movies of the year? It's like a staff pick up for the year.
Okay.
So like this is my movie of the year. You can have yours whenever you want.
I
It could be a past movie. It could be a future movie.
guess we'll find out when we see it, huh? Okay.
We'll see. I mean, hey, maybe we come to the end of the year and you're like, look, nothing impressed me except for this one movie.
Maybe. Thank you so much for listening to Straight Dude Date Night. We do hope you enjoyed. I mean, we had been hyping up the Transformers, and here it was. So, Hope you enjoyed it. As always, we have all our social media out there that you can find us on at Straight Dude Date Night on Instagram, YouTube, where we post all the VODs as well, and maybe other stuff eventually. Who knows? So you can subscribe there. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, I think. I think we still have TikTok, right?
We got it all. We
have
got
it
all
all.
the social medias. We just do a little bit here and there. We're not intrusive. We like to just post when we post.
Give us a follow on Spotify. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts if you haven't already.
Following. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
50's coming up.
Yeah, 50 is almost here. We have not missed a single week of this show, which is ridiculous.
No, we're literally like, I think this may be 45.
I think this one is, yeah.
We're 5 episodes from 50, and we're 7 away from
a whole freaking year, dude.
We got, I didn't think about episode 50, but we've thought of the 1 year mark.
We thought about the year. We thought about the year.
So make sure you're following. Maybe, even on YouTube. Maybe go out there and follow there. Maybe something will pop up. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
We might try something. If
we put it out there, now we have to commit to it. So how about that?
Well, we'll see. Well, I want to, but we'll see what happens.
We'll just keep doing what we're doing. Thanks for the support either way, though. We love you always.
Yeah, very, very appreciative of all the support and encouragement from people out there. So we're just happy that you all like it too. And with that, Ricky,
David, in the words of a wise man, a very wise, old, heroic man who has saved the world from time to time, even though he couldn't save his own. My buddy Optimus Prime once said, "Let them come."
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.